dangerous stereotyping. Like
I'm
in
not
that show,
stereotyping. I'm just saying something that happened in the show.
yeah, but that show therefore makes you think all people like that.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Could be like that from Samoa.
No, I don't think that. I just think it's interesting because I'd never really thought of someone valuing money over personal like I'd never
Personal game information.
Yeah, I'd never considered that even could be a thing. But when he talked about it, it reminded me of that and a few other people in where you have to like give someone a goat before you get married their daughter and shit like that. This happens in 90 Day Fiancé quite a lot. You have to like pay a dowry, like old school, like.
Yeah.
But I'd never really heard of that before I started watching it. So you could say 90 Day Fiancé is educational. But I just don't know how that can be. How you can't value, love and your child's happiness over money.
It's funny how you say money, because I don't think status is necessarily the same as money.
Well, Derek said money and status.
Okay. So I've experienced many people who I've worked with throughout my life who want to carry a Louis Vuitton bag because the Louis Vuitton bag represents your status and in turn does say you had money to buy the bag.
Oh, like Ari and his Balenciaga.
A little bit like that. And when you look at how much a bag like that costs, it's a disgusting amount of money.
Also, those bags are absolutely hideous.
They're not even nice.
They're fucking gross.
But, like, I see even my friends who I've made from that part of my life, like, I've seen a friend who I didn't think would ever value that now carrying that bag. And I'm like, is that just the pressure of society?
Yeah.
Because it's expected as well.
Yeah.
And because of the circle she works in, which is the diplomatic field, it's like, you haven't peaked until you've got the Louis Vuitton bag.
Are you sure it's not a knockoff?
I mean, I would rather it was, to be honest, and she was just incognito the whole way. But probably not. And, if she's got the money to spend on it, fair enough.
If you've got the money to spend on it, spend your money on whatever the fuck you want.
But what I see is that people would rather carry that bag as a status symbol than have a nice home.
That is...
And that I don't understand.
Yeah, that's like me with lipstick. I'd rather spend £20 on a lipstick than put money towards my retirement or something.
Well, that is true of you, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so is it so different, really? Everyone's...
Well, you wear lipstick not to give you status, but to make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Well, it probably is to give me status, to make me look better. Looking better is kind of having status in a way, isn't it?
Ish.
It is. It's like social status, isn't it?
But also, like... lipstick is just part of your look, so I don't know if it's quite the same.
No, I don't think it is either. But
are we unpacking this well or not? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but it's interesting. And he said he wanted to go in the house and break Asian stereotypes because they're often in Big Brother they will have like an Asian, the nerd or whatever. And I think at face value you could look at Derek and think he's a nerd, but then he takes his top off and you're like, whoa. He is obviously very intelligent, but he's a multi-layered personality. And what strikes me about him and about Xavier and about Kyland and probably more that I'm just not saying, they just feel like normal people. They don't feel like these stereotypes that we've seen year after year. They feel like people you would know.
Yeah,
people you would hang out with.
They just act more natural in the house and in the diary room, noticed, which I like.
You're right, boy.
Like, I think what I heard Derek X say is no surprise to me. I know that.
Yeah.
About people from similar backgrounds. But it's sad almost that he feels so far removed from his parents that there's like a big kind of barrier.
Yeah.
There. It's a shame they can't like see more eye to eye.
Yeah, and will they think differently of him if he does come out and wins the... Because I think in his intro package...
They said don't come home
unless you got the money.
Yeah.
So it's like, will they, love him more if he wins the money? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
God, that's quite worrying.
Didn't someone else relate to this story? I can't remember who it was. Is it Arza?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, she said, did she say she was used to people judging her for the colour of her skin? Was that here? Because I haven't written it down for some reason.
Well, something along those lines.
And when she was younger, she wanted to be lighter, did she say?
I'm not sure.
So, yeah, I think she said something like that. I think,
like not fitting in.
Yeah, I've heard that so many times from black people.
Yet still, Derek X can't fit into the cookout.
I know, it just goes to show, eh? But it must be nice to just finally accept yourself at a certain age. It's like,
Oh, you know the feeling, don't you?
yeah, I do. I used to like be. I know it's not the same. I'm not comparing being black to this.
Your white struggle.
My goofy struggle. I used to like be embarrassed about my gummy smile. I used to like cover my mouth when I laughed and stuff like that. Looking back, I just think, what? How fucking?
I feel like you used to do that even since I've known you.
Yeah, maybe I'd still do it like here and there.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, I like my my smile now. It's just like, I don't know. When society's telling you to be one thing and the society is so white, it must be quite demoralising. What?
Sorry.
I'm just going off on a
What
tangent.
society was telling you to be that you couldn't put those gums away.
Have that injection that woman contacted Jack about. Do you remember?
No.
One of Jack's ex-dates, this is a good bit of gossip if you don't know, contacted him on Facebook and said, oh, I know you've got that issue with your gums. She said, I can inject it for you and fix that problem. Like, what the fuck? Like, how fucking dare you? That is so... Like, Jack's gums are, like, one of the most attractive things about him.
What did she want to give him? Botox?
Yeah, some injection that you put in. Imagine you like this. It wouldn't be Jack.
Jack would look good with a pair of lip fillers.
No.
Nice big rubber lips. Like I'm trying to think of a celebrity that's got them. Rebecca Vardy, probably.
Just like, fuck off. Keep your injections to yourself.
Katie Price.
That could give someone like a complex messaging than that. Luckily...
Just imagine Jack with Katie Price lips.
No thanks. Yeah, just imagine him as that Charlie Jury guy, because Jack looks like that guy anyway. It's like, that is like Jack if he was...
Who's Charlie Drury?
He's Lauren Goodger's baby daddy. He looks like Jack, but with a tan.
What about these crappy celebrities?
I know, because I read these crappy magazines. Anyway, let's get back on track. So... Oh, there was an overheard conversation here. Did you catch it?
No.
We have not had this much. Overheard conversation of the week. Azza was, I presume, saying to Derek F, although it could have been someone else. She said, you dirty, dirty, dirty dog.
About what?
I don't know. And then the wildcard was
Wild
announced.
card,
That
meow.
theme tune is obnoxious, isn't it?
Well, it's not the best.
So then it was Claire, Whitney and Azza who were playing for the wild card.
Azza.
We say Azza though
No,
because
you say Azza because you're wrong.
No, because an English person doesn't say
Doesn't matter.
Azza.
Well, so what American person wants to call you Lindsay.
Oh,
That's okay, is it?
Oh, so I'm going to say... So Americans say Bernard instead of Bernard.
Here we go again.
So yeah, Americans literally say Bernard. Do you think I'm going to say Bernard about someone called Bernard?
Yes.
No, I ain't.
Like we're having to say Xavier, even though we don't want to say that.
Oh, I don't want to say that. But pronunciation is a different matter. Like, no, I'm not going to say Bernard.
It's disrespectful.
Look, she's not going to listen to this, and I think she's a drip anyway, so never mind. There was a weird voiceover at the start of this competition. What do you think about that?
Oh, the sort of like...
Sassy supervillain.
I was going to compare her to that stoner off BB Can, but...
Who's that?
The girl who won that you don't like.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah? Is her name Sarah?
Yeah, I think so.
The one with long blonde hair?
She won?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah.
Oh,
I think it's Sarah.
I forgot what her name is.
Sarah, I think.
Okay, well if it is Sarah, then Sarah. What's her surname?
I don't fucking know. Anyway, this one was like, oh, Sarah.
Sounded a bit like a sort of bratish.
Yeah, she was like, oh, Sal, you need to do this, but we haven't paid the electricity bill.
She's like the bar manager or something.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like, did they like pay someone to come in and do this voiceover job?
Because they don't have a Big Brother voice.
Weird.
She's that.
Strange. So again, it was with the cocktails. God, get over the cocktails. And it was a ball maze type thing.
Olive shook up.
That was it, yeah. And then they were running the olive down. You had to get it in the glass.
It was in the lounge bar. But where was Janelle on the decks? Could have at least brought her in to put some tunes on in the background. I thought this would have been more fun if they gave them a few drinks beforehand, didn't you?
Yeah, that would have been good. That's more BB Canada style. So Azza's technique was... it was the most stupid thing I've ever seen. She literally...
Azza said that she was putting all stops first in winning this competition. That's not a phrase, is it?
No.
Tell us, Americans.
Pulling out the stops.
Putting all stops first can't be a phrase, can it?
Pulling out the stops. I think Azza probably just got it wrong.
I need confirmation from an American whether that makes any sense or not.
No, it doesn't. Look, we're well putting off all our American listeners tonight. First with the dishcloth thing, now this. I was pronouncing Azza wrong. Well, you pronounced Christian wrong,
I wrote it was the club BB manager on the tannoy. It is, isn't it? What is it? Arza said she's not a fan of martinis, but she's a big fan of Britinis.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
All my good shit goes on Twitter.
That got a good retweet. I'm encouraged when I see you tweeting about BBUS. I think, well, if he was not that into it, you wouldn't tweet about it.
Good point.
So that gives me hope when I see that.
I only tweet when I think I'm being funny.
Are we being funny, Mummy? Yeah, of course. Anyone only tweets when they think they're being funny.
Yeah, sometimes you get no likes. Like when I tweeted about
tumbleweed, descaling the teeth.
Descaling
Well, that
my
wasn't
teeth
funny.
being torturous.
Oh.
No, but I thought people would relate to it as laugh at the gift.
I related to it, but when I saw no one else had liked it, I thought I ain't gonna like
That's
it either.
so harsh. I think I started the ball rolling.
Pity like. No, I was like for that.
I'm not tweeting
Also,
anymore.
your Derek X mould comparison didn't go down well on Twitter last week. You will.
No.
You need to get evil dick.
You know, that good content's wasting on a lot of people, so.
I probably thought you were being mean about him. So the others were watching on the screen, and they were like watching as Azza going, "Oh God, she's going so slow. What the hell is wrong with her?" She was literally the ball just didn't move. Like, what the fuck was she thinking?
Oh, well, I was watching it on 1.25, so I didn't really notice.
Wow. These olive puns are not good. Claire was doing well. Did you know Claire is an AI engineer? Did I tell you that last week?
I think it says it on the screen.
Oh, there you go. Even better. I've said Azza's strategy is just like a game strategy, not going anywhere.
This was a bit like I don't know.
It was like a...
Australia. I was going to say,
yeah,
it's not.
no,
it's the other one.
It's the other one. Yeah, there was one that was like Australia. Oh yeah, getting the ball back and forth. Mm-hmm. That was it. But there is a lot of singularities. So Claire won, and she had a choice, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
She could choose between safety for her and her whole team for the week.
I like it.
Or keep herself safe.
Yeah.
Until jury.
Shout out Helen Wood. Past the final.
What did you think she was going to take it, and what did you think of her taking it?
I was thinking about this. Like, you don't get respect for being there on a pass, so does it ruin your chances of winning? But if it comes to you, you can't not take that unless you're Tim Dormer, who probably wouldn't take it.
I thought she wasn't going to take it. Because I just thought her team would be against her, even though her team wasn't really at risk that week.
You know, they're all like nicey.
Yeah,
we don't mind.
Yeah, but were they
We're
really?
Happy for you.
Think of Nedda when Nedda had that. She had that free pass, didn't she, for 4 weeks at the start before.
Jeez, that's a good memory.
Yeah, because
it was first one, second one.
No, the one where she got evicted because she'd literally been safe. She'd been safe.
Get her out.
Oh, is Ica Irish now?
No, but she sounds very Irish in that moment. The Canadian oot comes right oot.
Nedda had been eligible to be evicted for about 5 minutes then, and she got evicted.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't you remember when she came out, she was crying, going, "Oh, he's only eligible, blah blah blah." You're right, boy. Good boy. And then also Danielle Donato had this golden key, which gave her a sort of a pass for 4 weeks. And as soon as she was eligible
Is that the
to
one with
go,
crochet?
yeah. And as soon as she was eligible to go, she went as well. So this could be a double-edged sword for Claire.
Well, at least she goes into jury and she remains for the duration of the experience, which if you're there for the experience more than the money...
That's true.
You definitely take it.
That's true. And I think we haven't seen much of her yet, so hopefully we'll get to see more of her. Because
I like her. Do you know Claire's the replacement for that woman...
The bald woman.
With alopecia.
But I find Claire quite irritating in the diary room. And then they don't really show her in the house.
Oh, because you want to put some makeup on, that's why.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting saying that now, actually.
Why?
Because it just is a bit off, isn't it? But she does look better with makeup on, just like everyone does. I'm not regretting it that much.
Everyone.
Yeah, even men.
Well, you do have to put a bit of makeup on when you go on telly.
Oh, of course you do. Oh, that's what these people should be doing. Oh no, I'm back on it. I've put, why are Tiffany and Kylan so happy for her? Claire said she wants Whitney out, and Hannah also makes sense.